Welcome into the Water Tower Podcast. It is week 7 already of the 2025 high school football season. Guys, this has gone by quick. Feel like just yesterday we were breaking down the preseason for our local teams. We had Scott in here. Man, what are y'all's thoughts and feeling just how quick it's going this season?
Man, it does this every year. Whether your team's doing good, whether you're struggling like we are now, it always flies by. Like you said, you know, it seems like it's only been about 2 weeks since we were doing the preseason breakdown, and here we are. District's about to start. We're already to the Battle of the River. I mean, heck, we're already through the bye week and everything. Like, it just, I don't know. It always does this every season, and I think it was Wes. That very first episode we did was like, man, we're going to look up and Super Bowl's going to be over with and we're waiting on football again.
My bad. Parent duties, man. Like I said, it does it every year. Like it flies by. I think for me it goes by even quicker because I have one playing now. It seems like the last 2 years or year and a half, or whatever you want to call it, it's just really gone by fast. And like I said, whether we're winning or losing, it gets here and it gets gone quick. I'd like for that cold weather to set in. Tired of the hot football games.
We're still in the 90s.
Yeah, you know, like you said, if we could go back to them predictions, we missed a lot on them. But it's went by quick, man, and hopefully, you know, it'll slow down a little bit and we'll have some success. But it goes by quick. But like I said, it does it every year, man. So
I feel like it gets faster. Every single year.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I think that just comes with us getting older and older.
Yeah, it's football season, period. You know, because for me, football is my most favorite sport, and I love everything there is about football. So it always goes by quick, college, pro, and high school. So
like when you're having fun, you see that seems to go by quicker than anything. Mm-hmm. I mean, like I love basketball, love baseball, but I feel like those seasons take a long time to get through. I mean, naturally are longer seasons, but football just gets here and it's over before you know it.
Yeah, I think part of it is, you know, like you said, those other 2 seasons, you know, they got way more games. Your football games, you're very limited, and every week means something. And I think I think with just the limited amount of games and how important each week is, I think that's what really makes it go by quick. Because especially in baseball, you know, it's easy to just be like, I mean, got this little 3-game series or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we just got swept. It's whatever, you know.
Right.
It can kind of drag on. But football, man, every game's important, and it goes by quick.
And I think as far as for high school, too, we're more like when we have our college and pro teams that we really like, but we're more invested in the local because we live here, we're from here, we went to school here, you know, and all that. So, and like you said, the season is shorter. So, I mean, it's you're guaranteed 10 games and then, you know, a couple in the playoffs if you make it or something like that. But yeah, I think that's the main thing too. And you know, it sucks, man. But like, cause you want the game, you want Friday to get here, and then you look up and there ain't many Fridays left. So it's slowed down a little bit for me though. Cause I ain't got many of these left with mine out there playing. So I want it to slow down a little bit. So
well, at least you got some.
Hey, I got lucky.
So like I said, we're in week 7. We haven't been able to do a show, you know, things, you know. Wes.
I quit for a couple of weeks. They had to renegotiate my contract. We had a contract dispute, and so I got. But I'm back. You know, we worked it out. My agent and Landry's people got together, and then DeLeo was kind of upset, so they had to renegotiate his, and you know, so you know, I didn't like being in the back of the building, so now we're in the front of the building, and you know, they're offering me free Whataburger, so I couldn't pass that up.
But in order to provide that Whataburger, we're going to need more people to like, share. All ourselves, and DeLeo works really hard on the little highlight videos he started doing. So make sure you like him, share on that, so we get Wes this free Whataburger. Yeah,
that's good stuff too, man. Shout out to you, bro. That the pictures, the videos, and stuff, man. That's good stuff, man. That the kids can go and they can take the pics and post them themselves and all that for the parents and they can't be there and stuff like that too. So, man, shout out to you because that's free. You're doing it for free on your own dime. So, I mean, you know, hey, if y'all want to shoot him we're gonna start posting his Cash App and Venmo. If y'all want to shoot him just some tip money for the picks and all that, I told him he should charge y'all. But hey, he's more generous than me.
He might get more picks of your kid. Like, who knows?
Yeah. No, I appreciate that. It's something that I just jumped into out of nowhere pretty much, and it's a lot harder. It's a lot more to it than I thought there was, but we're learning, and like I told them, I've seen a couple of the kids. They put my picture that I took of them as their profile picture, or whatever, and I told them that that's my goal. Like that knows, right. At least it's Facebook ready.
Yeah.
Or whatever the kids are on these days.
Yeah, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. So. But no, man, that's good stuff, bro. We're expanding. So.
We are.
Yeah, we're gonna get there one day.
We're gonna make it, boys.
So, week 7, like I said, we were off a couple weeks. Black Cats hosted the Tig Lions. They were on the road at Camarillo in weeks 4 and 5, and then we had the bye week last week. So we're going to quickly go through Tig and Cameron and then move on to obviously the big game of the week, Battle of the River. So going back to week 4, hosted the Tig Lions, lost a close one, 14-13. What are y'all's thoughts coming out of that game?
I'll wrap both of mine up into one, that both games the better football team lost. Cameron and Tig. If you just go back and watch the game, watch what we did, turnovers killed us, penalties killed us, and that's the thing with the young football team and experience. Like that stuff happens, and I think that's just kind of what's got us so far. A couple mental plays here and there, stuff like that. Just being a young football team, I think I thought we really, really dominated the Tig game. Just a couple things didn't go our way, a couple fumbles late. The Cameron game was a little bit more of a back and forth, but turnovers got us in that one too. A couple penalties. So I mean, just if we can clean some little stuff up, those games go differently, and we're sitting at 3-2 or 2-3.
2-3. Yeah.
But that comes with being a young football team, and all that. So that's kind of all I got on those. It's just I didn't think the better football team won either of those games. But that happens though, So I mean, shout out to Cameron and Tig, man. It's always fun playing Tig. I love playing Tig. It's a game that I hope is on the schedule every year. Talking with their head coach after the game, just he's a great coach, and messing with Trey and Justin and them guys, and getting to see my boy Jukes back out there and enjoying playing football and all that. It was good to see. I wish we, like I said, got the victory, and we were a couple inches away from getting it, but it just didn't go our way. And then the Cameron game, 1 or 2 turnovers. Or a play here, a penalty not here, we probably win that football game. So just young football mistakes, I think, still happening. And hopefully with the bye week, we get up to this coming up game we're going to talk about, and we can limit that and go out and get a win.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest thing was these last 2 games they were competitive. Yeah, and that's that's something we talked about after that Gatesville game was like, hey. The scoreboard doesn't really kind of show what Mejia team showed up that Friday night. You saw some things for the first time that you were like, we can build on this, or hey, that looked good. It wasn't just a terrible night. Right. And so we talked about that coming into the Tig game, and sure enough, it was competitive. We came out there. It's been a while now, but I think we went down and scored on our first drive. Yeah. First or second drive. We got up in that game 13-0. Yeah, we look good. Not to take a shot at Tig or anything, but it's kind of like what you expected. Like Tig's more of closer to our type of opponent. Okay, here we go. We look good tonight, and then I think one of the things that kind of killed it for us was Miles going out right before half. Mm-hmm. We didn't get to have him coming out into the second half. There was a few mistakes towards the end of the first half that really kind of, that was the game right there. There's about a 4-minute span of the game where Tig did their damage and got the points, and that was like you said, that was, we had some mistakes. We were driving in the third, fourth quarter, in a drop and stall, or we would fumble. We threw an interception that, it's kind of like it, who was the ball going to? Just stuff like that. And with all that happening, we still had a chance to win it.
Yeah.
At the buzzer. And, it's a missed field goal. That's a tough thing to ask of a high school kid. It is what it is, but it was like, okay, tough loss, but hey, I think we're going to be okay. You come out to Yo, we score the very first play of the game. Mm-hmm. And, I think it was Yo's first possession. We end up getting an interception. And, things are looking really good. We kind of don't do nothing with it. Yo goes and strikes. And then, like you talked about, it's back and forth for a little bit. And then we kind of started shooting ourselves in the foot again. We had probably, 3-4 turnovers that second half.
All by young guys.
Yeah.
Varsity players.
There was one point in the game, I think we were down maybe 10 at that point. We're driving, get to about the 30-yard line, get stood up for a little bit, whistle ain't blowing, the ball gets pulled out. Yo takes it back and almost scores, and they punch it in the next play or two. And, that right there, to me, that pretty much changed the game.
Yeah.
But, we still fought. We still, scored a couple times after that. It like you said, we're shooting ourselves in the foot right now, but we're also being competitive. So it's just a matter of when will it all come together for us.
You see the potential.
Yeah, you see it.
I think the last two games have been more about us and not the other team.
Yep.
Like it hadn't been what did Tig and Cameron do. It was what are we doing to help them. Like you said, the turnovers. I think in both games we have 6 turnovers in the second half combined.
At least
they're all in the second half, right? So I mean, except for and honestly, the biggest turnover I thought in the Tig game was the punt that went over, the snap that went over Man's head.
Yep.
See, that started off that little 4 minutes.
We were up 13-7. Let's go. Let's kill the clock and get into halftime. We get the ball right.
We got the ball back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go get in. Let's go into halftime up 13-7. Well, then we snap the ball over and they get a freebie there right before halftime, and now they're up 14-13 at halftime. In the second half, both teams it was just a stalemate, back and forth. We turned it over a couple times. I thought our run, because Tig really wants to run the football and pound you, and I thought our run defense looked really well. I thought our run defense looked really well last game against Cameron. We just kind of got tired. And
they're on the defense is on the field a little bit more in that second half.
Yeah. So I mean, but like I said, the competitiveness is there, the will is there, the potential is there, and that's a strong word to use in the sport of football.
That's the worst, to me, the worst word, because I think it means potentials. Means you haven't done something.
That
like you could see us. We're on the cusp of breaking through.
We're right there.
We're at the top of the mountain. We just got to push that. We got to push that rock over and get on the top of that mountain and get over that hump. And this would be a really good week coming up to do it. And I felt like last year was the same. Like you seen it. Like that we had a chance to be good, and last year this springboarded us into that. So of course, last year and this year, 2 totally different teams. But, hopefully that, these kids just got to see a win. I think once they see a win, then they'll, because I know they feel like they're competing. I know they feel like they're doing good things. But to see that win, man, to be rewarded for it, I think that'll be big for them, man.
Yeah, they got to know they're close. Like, it's got to be driving them crazy of like, man, we're right there. It's just a couple things that we got to take care of, and we'll come out victorious. Like they gotta feel it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I mean, I look at those 2 games. Like you outgained Tig. I think that's what I sent you, like 270 to like 120 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
it was
like it wasn't even close. Next week against Cameron, we had over 500 yards of offense to their like 320.
Yeah.
But again, when you have 4 turnovers against Tig, 3 against Cameron.
Yep.
That's your ball game.
Yeah.
So
won everywhere but the scoreboard 2 weeks in a row. So I mean, but that's where scoreboard matters. That's where it matters. So we're right there. I think, I feel good coming out of the bye week. Like I feel like we can be okay. But like you said, that potential's that's a dangerous word.
And
so
one thing we can talk about it a little more when we get into the next game. But there's been a couple players offensively and defensively that have stepped up these last 2 weeks that you're like, okay, we got something here.
Yeah, it's
and that's another thing. Like, hadn't shown up on the scoreboard, but also I think you're seeing a young team that's getting better every single week.
They are.
So I think when you have a young team like this, that's what you want to see. Like,
you want to see that growth.
I think we've seen that through the first 5 games for sure.
Yeah.
So like there are positives. Like you see those young kids. Like I think we've seen JD grow up within a span of 2 games.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That jump from he went from Gatesville. I think he made a small jump from there to Tig. I think from Tig to Yo, he made a big jump.
Yeah.
Like he played a lot better, more efficient, throwing the ball against Cameron Yo. So I think that's a kid you definitely have to keep progressing and going into Groesbeck.
And a few of his incompletions weren't on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had some big time drops that hurt us that they went on and scored on a couple times. So I mean, I think our defense is really young. I feel like it's getting better. Then like I said, our young running backs. Man had a great game against Cameron. So I mean, we like I said, we're getting better. We're growing. Hopefully we're getting back healthy. I know we're still, we're missing Top. And I don't know how much longer he'll be out. I hate that for him. As much work as he's put in, missed most of his junior year or missed pretty much all his junior year. We had him pretty high on the pedestal this year, and so I hate that for him. Aiden, he's the concussion thing, and hopefully he's back this coming up week. We'll see, because he's a big part of our program and what he brings to the team. So just coming out the bye week, healthy and those boys ready to get a win.
For sure. So now moving in.
Here we go, baby.
The game of the week, Battle of the River.
It is.
Mahia, Groesbeck, old rivalry that goes back to 1901, I believe. I think I'll say this before we get into anything. You can throw out what their record is. You can throw out what our record is.
Mm-hmm.
And it means nothing. Because I've seen plenty of times where those things do not matter. It doesn't matter who you beat, who you lost to this point. It's just who wants it more on Friday night. So, with that said, going into Groesbeck, what are y'all looking to see? How are y'all feeling about it? Those things.
Man, I think the biggest thing for me going into this year is, Wes, you kind of touched on it a second ago, that this team this year is not last year's team. Going into last year's Battle of the River, there was plenty of motivation for multiple reasons. This year, it's a completely different story. Your only motivation is it's the Battle of the River. If that doesn't get you motivated and fired up, then I don't know what will. I'm expecting to see us come out and look, I don't want to say like a different team, but to me, a lot of people like to do the cliche, oh, it's just another game. But to me, it's not. Like, you see it in both teams play every single year. Like, they come out with more swagger. They come out talking a little more. Like, you feel it, you see it. Do we show up how we need to show up for this game is going to be my biggest question. I don't doubt we will. It's just one of those things, like, we better do it, because Groesbeck's going to come in. They're going to try to embarrass us on our home field if they can. I mean, if they can, 56-0. I mean, they'll try to do it if they can. But I want to see the competitiveness still be there, but I just want to see us play a clean football game. I know I'm not expecting a perfect football game, but can we limit the turnovers that have been killing us and come out and get a W.
I'll say this, I honestly think that the Grosbeck team has more reason to come over here and get after us simply based off last year. Their kids, all they've heard is the stuff we've said, and not we weren't disrespectful or anything. The stuff we've said that probably their parents were telling them, and losing at home last year and getting embarrassed like they did. So they probably have their motivation is probably a little more higher than ours. I would say our kids just got to understand what this game means to us,
right?
And we're going to be out there on our field. Let's just say it like it is. This is a playoff game. The winner of this one needs it. Like if you're basing it off how our district looks right now, as far as how the season's gone, and we hadn't won a game, but we're 0-0 right now. We're in a whole new season. We had a bye week, and now we're 0-0. Grosbeck 0-0. But this is a big game for playoff implications. As far as how the district kind of looks right now and all that. So you're playing your rival and all that. You can be cool and stuff after the game, but for the time you step on that field till it's over, you need to be going balls to the wall, ready to bust somebody's face open.
And I've always thought this when you start district. Regardless of who you're playing.
Yeah.
Like the first district game.
Yep.
Is the most important game of the year because getting that first one goes a long way. Like getting behind the 8 ball early.
Yeah.
Doesn't help your playoff chances. So.
Yeah, I think we just our kids need to understand what this game means. Like I said, Grosbeck is going to be coming over here trying to avenge last year. And they already think. I've seen a few posts and all that. We ain't won a game, so they already think we're not very good. So that's even more motivation. That hey, they don't think you guys are very good. Let's go out and show them.
Yeah.
And they got every right to say that. We haven't won a game. And it is what it is. We've been close, but we haven't. Close don't get you nothing. But that's the main thing I want to see. I want to see our kids go out and play like it means something. Like, that last year's situation, it shouldn't take that to motivate you to play a football game against your rival. Nobody should have to go in there and give a rah-rah speech Friday night to get them up to play this game. It should start today with those leaders, with those seniors. Do you want to be a senior class that lost to Grosbeck? Do you care? You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. I want to see us really, really care about this game Friday night and know that it means a lot to this community. So
yeah, I think you worded it perfect. You don't want to be the senior class that loses to Grosbeck. I know last year was our first time to win it in a couple of years, but from the time I started kindergarten to my senior year, Mejia did not lose to Grosbeck. Yeah. And it was a big thing. I remember you did not want to be the class that broke that streak.
Yep.
And there for a little bit, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of just became an expectation of we're gonna be Grosbeck. It went on 13, 14 years in a row,
something like that. Yeah.
I was 19 years old the first time I ever really saw Mejia lose to Grosbeck in football.
Yeah.
But that's in the past. This rivalry's become, what was it, 2-3 years ago, the first time it came back and we lost again, won last year. So now it's more of a, hey, this is anybody's game.
Yeah.
It's back to feeling like an actual rival that you better show up to play for because they're not going to hand it to you.
Yeah.
And for both teams, you got to come in with that mentality.
And I think Grosbeck's going to come over here with that.
Oh yeah,
I think that the new coach kind of has them play. Listen to the radio shows and what a couple of radio guys have said about them and all that. I really think that these guys they have a sense of swag about them. They won a couple games. The new coach, the new style. So they're probably feeling pretty good. We hadn't won a game, so they're probably feeling like, hey, ain't no good. You know, a lot of times, especially younger kids and naive parents / fans will just look at record and not kind of like competition wise.
But at the start,
you know what I mean?
What did I say?
You know, so I mean,
when it comes to this game,
yeah.
Do not look at record.
Right, but I'm saying just as far as is
the average casual fans will look at this record and they're going to say Rosebec's 2-3, 3-2, or whatever they are. So yes, 0-5. Oh,
yeah, and that's not the case at all. We're not. I mean, we are. Your record is what you are.
I'm going to compare us to your Florida Gators. They're not over, but you look at it. Florida's losses, did those teams beat them, or did they beat themselves?
2 of the 3 we beat ourselves.
Yeah.
So I mean,
you can say a lot about ours, like 2 of the 5.
And that's like DeLeo said it. We got to cut that out, or it's going to happen again. Yeah. You know, you cannot, and especially close ball games like we were in, you cannot turn the ball over 3-4 times. One,
especially on the plus side of the field where
you're driving, you're dominating. Mm-hmm. You're going to score, and then you just gift it. So that I believe our kids are going to be locked in, ready to go. Like I said, I know Groesbeck's going to be coming over ready to play. It really feels like a rivalry again. Like that. Like you mentioned the stretch where we was winning every year. It just became another game, and I think that's kind of where it died off a little bit too, because it just became another game. And then I think Groesbeck won a couple, and then we didn't play for a while. But now it kind of is getting back to that. There's some trash talk here and there and all that. And you see the way the kids go at it on the field. So, like I said, that first one we started back, we lost at the end. But, man, that was a great game. Like, it felt like a rivalry football game. And, last year, for the situation it was, that score didn't matter. I was perfectly fine with the score. But I got a feeling Friday night it's not going to be like that. It's going to come down to turnovers. It's going to come down to the tackling, and whoever wants it more.
Yeah, I mean, I told the kids this morning, we had our meetings. I said 3 things this game would come down to. First off, who wants it more?
Yep.
Turnovers.
Yep.
Special teams.
Special teams, yeah. Because, I mean, crap, did we even convert? We converted 1 conversion against Cameron? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, God,
We started going for 2. But.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a big deal. Especially the people don't understand how important special teams are in football.
I mean, it swings the game.
Yep.
It's a pendulum, and it's going to swing back and forth.
Yep.
So,
I mean, the TIG lost special teams. If you could think, we count the turnovers, but
the snap over the head, I mean, that's a turnover essentially, and they get the ball at the 2-yard line, and they scored to take the lead.
Yep, and we botched the first extra point attempt.
Extra point, botched the snap.
Yeah, so, I mean, we just do an extra point. Hey, we're going to overtime.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm with you, Wes. I don't expect it to be anything like last year. I expect it to be like a TIG type game.
I think it's going to be very, very similar to the TIG game.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more high scoring, but back and forward, kind of going at each other.
Yeah, that's a good point. As far as score-wise, I think it'll be kind of in between TIG and Yo. Like, it's not going to be a, 80-point spread or something, I don't think. But, hey, apparently I've been pretty wrong on some stuff prediction-wise so far. So, but, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I think Wes's bold predictions.
Wes is looking good on that one.
Them dudes are good.
Yeah, well, I want to get into some local games, big local games here. I'm going to have your app ready to lay out.
I got you.
All right, because I want to talk a little bit about it, because district play starts, obviously, so I want to look at those other district games. But
speaking, like talking about our district, if you're just basing it off of how the season is went, you got to think Mahab, Groesbeck, and Maypearl, like we're all playing for that third, fourth spot right in there. Those are games like we got to guarantee. Like we have to beat Groesbeck and Maypro. Like that's the two games. You know, West is going to be tough. I mean, Grandview, Whitney's high scoring. Like we get Whitney here, and that's a good thing. But like we got to have the Groesbeck win to start it off. Like you said, start off 0-1. I mean, is
1-0.
No, starting off 0-1 is in this district this year.
It's killer.
You know, on top of our kids haven't seen that win yet. You know, how much longer? You know, because eventually, and you don't want it to happen, but eventually, like it'll sink in. Like, are we going to win the game? Now you're battling that mentally on top of trying to perform, and it just for a young kid, it could take a lot on them. And so I mean, I think that the year we went 0-10. I thought that team had that team had 2 Division II football players on it, Division I. Another one that was younger, but like that was a good football team. I think they just couldn't figure out how to win, and it finally just kept boiling over, and they just couldn't figure out how to win a football game.
Yeah,
and I don't want that to be the case this year.
And see that year, that's the year I was talking about. Just the year after I graduated.
Yeah,
and that Groesbeck game. That was the first time we played Groesbeck, the first game of district in a long time.
Yep.
And I think that loss right there, like you said, that one really kind of set in of like, man.
And see, I could think back as mid-'90s or late 90s. We always played them at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Up until that.
I think there's a few times in the mid-2000s.
It was, matter of fact, the year after I graduated when they realigned.
07?
I don't know. Was it? It would have been realignment for Ken and them senior year because my 2 realignment years was my junior and senior year. So it would have been for him. Would it have? It would have had to have been him because the year his senior year they played him in Groesbeck early. Yeah, and then the next year was when there was like the 12-10 football game or whatever. So yeah, they played them early then. Yeah. But no, you're right. It's like I mean that's that's
why I think this game is huge.
Yeah,
like you talked about it.
It's
who you're playing.
Yep.
The situation it is, and like you said, it's your first game of district. You do not want to start 0-1, no matter who you play. But you throw on top who you're playing this week.
Yeah,
there's a lot on the line this week. It's. I don't want to come out here and say it's a must-win already, but it'll be a big win if you can get it. Because like you said, how the district is shaping up right now as it sits,
just being real.
You drop this first one, you're in a pretty deep hole.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be tough to find yourself in a playoff spot.
You just try to compare. Like Cameron played Maypearl. Cameron beat Maypearl by 1. If you're just trying to find ways to kind of compare where you kind of set versus everybody else. So I mean, and I'll say this, you take our schedule and flip it with some of these other teams, we have a couple wins, and they probably don't. But that's not how the world works. But yeah, I like I said, this game means a lot for a lot of reasons this year. Last year it meant what it did for a multitude of reasons. This year, I think it means a little bit more as far as the how you want the season to go, because I feel like we're at that point where we could either go this way or we could go that way, and our kids don't lack confidence and all that.
No,
so I
have
complete faith in them. They just got to see a win. And like I said, what a better week to get it than a Battle of the River, man. So
like you said, man, this team is confident. Being down there taking pictures and videos, like I said, I hear stuff. I don't hear too much of damn, like I don't hear too much negative talk. The thing I see is I see the frustration of why, damn, it just won't. It didn't go our way this time. Like we're this close, and like they do not lack confidence. You saw it in TIG. We talked about TIG. I think you set the over under on personal fouls. At like 5 or something. TIG had a couple. We had a couple. We didn't back down to the physicality that TIG brought, and that was one of the questions on that.
But I thought the physicality and just that we saw against Gatesville.
Yeah.
Like, I think coming out of Fairfield, I think our kids were pissed about that outcome, which I mean they should have been. Like, I mean that. I
know mine was. He was hot.
It's embarrassing to lose that way.
Yeah.
And the way that you did, and
so who you lost to.
You lost to, and since then, like, I think we just kind of turned that corner physically.
Yeah.
Mentally, and like that thing, like playing physical. To me, that's not really an issue now.
No.
Yeah, no, it's not.
No, like I said, our biggest issue has been us. Like, there's nothing Cameron or Tig did that I thought slowed us down. No. We slowed us down.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the 3 of the turnovers we had in the second half against Tig, we were driving the football to go score. Like, we were at least going to maybe get 3 out of it. Mm-hmm. But we put the ball on the ground, or we'd get a penalty. And another thing that I feel like we have, for some reason, on some 3rd and longs, we either give it up or we get a penalty. Like, you got to clean that up, But, again, it goes back to a young football team. Hopefully, like I said, that those issues are all fixable. And hopefully, we've had 2 weeks to get that right. Man got to finally see what a full game as a starting varsity running back. So
he looked good doing it.
He looked really good
outside of the fumble. But
yeah. So I mean, he, we clean, and him, JD, his turnovers, stuff like that from young guys. It's going to get cleaned up and it's going to get better. And like I said, this is a great week to have that go our way.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought up that Fairfield week, because to me, the more I think about that week, for as bad as the scoreboard showed on that game, yes, it was bad. But for as young as we are, I think that game was a lot of those kids' eye-opening game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying they
welcome to varsity football.
Yes, like I'm not trying to say they weren't prepared or they weren't trying their best. Like you said, I think it was that first, hey, this is varsity football now. Like, you've got to bring it every week, or this is what's going to happen. Not every team's going to be as good as Fairfield as you're playing, but there's teams out there, if you don't show up, they'll beat you 33-0. That's just as bad. I mean, you should be just as embarrassed of that. That was that first time for a lot of those kids, I feel like, was, okay, we gotta buckle down. And then from there, like you said, the team's gotten better.
Where we're so close.
You're so close to getting that win.
It's how many teams as young as us, your first 2 games are against 2 top 10 teams in the state.
Yeah.
Because
Fairfield's what, number 9 now? 10?
Yeah, and they're probably still under ranked.
Even take Gatesville into account. All those 3, Gatesville, Fairfield, Westwood, are combined 15-0.
Yep. So, I mean.
Yeah, that's a tough task.
Then we, in our next 2 games, we've, I don't want to say we dominated, but like we were. If you took the score away and you just watched football, we were the better football team. Both games. Cameron, there was moments where but I thought we were the better football team. Stats show it.
Yeah, it's one of them things that you see on Twitter and stuff where you're like, Team A, Team B.
Yeah.
Here's the paper of the stats. Tell me who won this game.
Yeah.
If we're Team A, a lot of people would say Team A won the game.
Yep.
Nope. It's just one of them things that just, it's just not working out.
Young football shit, man.
Yep.
But it's I got a great feeling it's going to change this week. And I hope it does for them boys. They deserve it, man. They've been working.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the right week to do it. Like I said, man.
I hope, because I know them guys over there are going to be talking noise.
Yeah.
The Mahia nobodies.
Yeah.
And so.
Like I said, man, if you don't get fired up when you just hear Battle of the River or you see Groesbeck this week, I don't know what's going to do it for you.
I love it. I've already started talking crap, so I mean.
Yeah, like you said, we're looking like the Mahia nobodies right now.
Yeah.
We talked earlier that we thought Groesbeck was going to be a team that was struggling to kind of find themselves, their identity. We were a little high on us coming in, and it kind of gone the complete opposite.
I was wrong. I thought, did I think we were going to beat Fairfield and Westwood? No.
Yeah, I think it was Scott. He said something about us being 3-2 or something coming out of.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, if we're 3-2,
yeah,
coming into the bye week, like I'm feeling pretty damn good about what we've done because that means you would have beat either Westwood, Fairfield, or Gatesville.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you did that, I would assume you were competitive in the other two.
Yeah, I don't think he took account of how good Fairfield was going to be.
Yeah,
I did. I knew. Man, I mean, just from what they did last year to what they brought back, you know, because them dudes were rolling.
yeah.
Like they started, you know, they can throw the football.
Which it's a good shift. We can shift right here. Fairfield and Tig. I mean, it's rivalry week over here in Limestone County, but you got another big one over in Freestone County this week with Fairfield and Tig. Usually a back and forth battle. Man, love my dudes over at Tig. Those Slim does a good job, but they got a tall mountain to climb this week.
And they're so beat up too. And I like that we've seen them both and we know a little bit more about them than we did at the preseason. So you know, I feel like we're a little more educated on this game. Tig's just so banged up, and Fairfield is really good. I don't know, man. Where are they playing it at?
In Tig.
In Tig. That don't matter. It might get pretty ugly. And I'd have to ask Trey or Justin if any of them guys are coming back that got hurt against us. I know two of them were out. One of them's out for the year. The other one was out for a while, but I don't know what the while was.
I know the Trip Egbert comes back.
Is that the quarterback?
Yeah, he was one of their quarterbacks. I know he got hurt against Toller. Mm-hmm. I think he comes back this week, so that'll be a boost on defense.
Is the running back back?
Yeah, he played against Bullard.
Did he?
He was a little banged up still, but he did play.
I got you. Well, they might be able to run the ball a little bit and kind of.
That's the thing, like Fairfield,
you got to keep their offense off the field.
You look at their defense, like it's improved so much from last year. Like you have to be able to throw the ball.
Yeah.
They're so good at stopping the run that if you don't have any type of pass game or able to throw, like you're going to struggle.
Yeah, and they struggled throwing the football against us too. So, yeah, it might, you know. And I like both those teams. You know, used to not, but you know, I've become a kind of a fan. You know, with doing the show on
your
for the radio.
Man.
Yeah,
growth.
I kind, you know, with Justin and Trey and them being over there and the Juice playing for them this year, I kind of grown fond of them. But you know, I could see Fairfield getting them, you know, by 4 or 5 tutties. I could see like a 48 to 14 type game. You know, it's not a shot at Tig. You know, and I hope it's a good game for both their fan base's sake. But
right now, Fairfield is just way better than anybody.
They just have that class. They have, man. You get those special groups that come through, man, and they can do some good things. You know what I mean? And so we'll see. You know, like they don't want to talk about the state thing and all that, but
I mean, looking at that region, they're one of the top 3 teams in that region.
Yeah.
It comes down to them, Franklin, and Hitchcock.
Yeah. And they wouldn't play Franklin till later on.
Yeah, I think they'd say Hitchcock first.
Yeah, that's that second round. It'll be the second round. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see, but yeah, I think it's, you know, just Tig's just missed. You know, they're a little banged up, and you know, Fairfield they're really rolling right now. So both coming out of the bye week, so who knows? You know. Yeah. But good luck to both of them. Hope they have a pretty good game.
Like you said, it's a new season, man.
Yep.
You never know. You never know.
Never know. I mean,
never know.
We've been wrong before.
Hey.
Yeah.
You know, Florida beat Texas, and that, you know, I wasn't surprised. But the UCLA Penn State type deal.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You know? So I mean,
yeah, you never know, man.
I mean, it's any given Friday night, man.
Yeah. Especially dealing with high school kids, man.
Hey, man.
Unless
somebody's girlfriend broke up with them or something.
Unless you're just Carthage or something, man, you never know.
Yeah. Speaking of them, they just beat a 6A team the other night from the Valley, but they dog walked them. So that's. You know, I remember we had an argument a while back in our group chat, and it was.
I remember this.
I don't remember who was was we saying Carthage could beat Midway, I think.
Yeah. That was the main one. That was the main one.
Yeah.
But this is when Midway wasn't like
Midway was kind of down a little bit. But I don't think this is no disrespect to the Valley. I don't think football in Midway has ever been as bad as a lot of the football is in the Valley.
I don't know. That kind of sounds disrespectful.
Like, I don't, cause it's just, how many teams have you ever heard coming out of the Valley?
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I get what you're saying.
You know, so I mean, you know, does Carthage, if they need a game, is Carthage going to schedule Duncanville, DeSoto,
Yeah, at this
North
point,
Crowley?
At this point, you never know.
You know, they're good. And a Carthage, like 5A wise, they might beat some 5As, some top 5As, you know.
Yeah.
Are they beating Duncanville? You know, are they beating DeSoto, North Crowley,
No.
Westlake, Lake Travis? That's where.
The argument is, could they beat a low-tier 6A school?
Well, they proved that right.
And the answer is yes.
Yeah, so.
Which is what Midway was at the time. pretty much,
Midway
so.
wasn't that bad.
They weren't that bad, but they're not as good as they are now.
No.
How bad was Midway then? Where were they, like a 3 or 4 win team?
Yeah,
Like 2-8 or something
pretty
like
close
that.
to, yeah.
Still don't believe it. I think it'd be a close game though.
I'm not saying Carthage blows them out of the water.
But this Carthage team wasn't the Carthage teams we was talking about though either.
Right.
No, this might be the best Carthage team
Yeah,
we've seen.
I would think it is with all the D1 recruits, the quarterbacks. I think I'm on his 3rd year starting. You know, your running backs going D1. I think you got a receiver going D1. Two defensive players are going D1. On top of they're probably going to send multiple kids D2 or FCS.
Yep.
So I mean, I want to go see them in state this year when they play. I'll try to catch a couple playoff games that might not be too far of a drive or at the Star. I don't mind going to the Star.
Yep.
But yeah, they are low-tid. I'd like to see them in Solana.
Yep.
I'd like to see them in Solana because I think that's your 2 4A state champions. So
We got district play. DeLeo can bring up our district. I think it's Grandview and West first, I believe. And then Whitney, Maypro.
You talking about matchups?
Yeah.
No, this week it'll be Grandview at Whitney.
That's right.
And
that's
it
a
is-
tone setter.
yeah, you're looking at a 4-1 Grandview team rolling into district. They beaten Glen Rose, Eagle Mountain, Conley. They lost to Malakoff. That one was kind of a little bit of a
What was the score?
31-21. You know, Malakoff's not what they've been here lately. That was
Really?
kind of a shocker to me.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
And then they bounced back and they beat Longview Spring Hill. So right now, I mean,
For the record, that game was in Malakoff.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm picking up. I'm picking up what you putting down, brother.
Yeah,
I'm picking that up.
Malakoff doesn't lose at home very, very often. There's
Yeah,
some reasons behind that.
I'm still kind of surprised at that one. Maybe it's just you had those games. Maybe they had a couple turnovers.
Yeah.
They didn't go their way.
Definitely probably had some penalties that were.
I'm not saying all that.
I will.
I ain't
It
saying
gets
you're
pretty
wrong.
shady over there.
I ain't saying you're wrong, but I'm gonna plead the 5th on this one.
And then, okay, so they are playing Whitney. Whitney's coming into District 3-2. They've beaten Mart. They lost to Benbrook. They beat Hillsboro. They beat Rogers. They lost to Little River Academy.
Did Rogers beat Grosbeck?
Yes.
Rogers did beat Groesbeck. I think that was their week 1
13
matchup.
or 14, 15, something like that.
And Whitney's only beat Rogers, Hillsboro, and who?
Mart.
Mart's not very good either. Those guys will figure it out, though. They won't be down long over there. That's a machine.
Give them to next year. And they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Now they did handle Rogers 49-17.
I think it's a matchup thing. Like Rogers is probably a good football team, and they're good at what they do. They probably can't match up with a lot of speed.
Yeah.
And Whitney's got a lot of speed on offense. And I don't think Whitney's calling card his defense anyway. But those
Here
dudes
lately it
can.
hasn't been.
Those dudes can light the scoreboard up. They are well coached offensively. Their head coach lineage, like he comes from a really good football coaching background. And just talking with Ken and those guys that's coached with him, they're pretty high on him. And his son, I think, is the receiver over there. He's one of the top rated receivers in 2027 class. They scored a lot on us last year too. So I expect that Grandview and Whitney game to be a pretty good one. It'd be one to go see.
Oh yeah, and like you said, that's a tone setter for the district.
Yeah,
I mean, whoever wins that one, I mean, you're I would say you're in the driver's seat of the district. I mean,
See, and I
think you're looking pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean, because I think right now those two teams are the top two teams in the district, followed by West, and then us, Maypearl, Groesbeck.
He's just gonna ruin the district breakdown, huh?
No, go ahead, bro. My bad. My bad, bro.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah, then you have West and Maypearl, which, man,
I never know about. Like, I can never figure West out, man. Like, they are the most.
They lost to Robinson, 35-7.
Robinson's decent this year.
They beat Addison Trinity Christian 3-0.
I think that game got canceled. I don't think they played a whole game.
I was about to say there's something up with that one, wasn't there?
Yeah.
They beat McGregor 45-21.
McGregor's not very good.
They shut out Hillsboro 34-0. They shut out Marlin 63-0.
Marlin's not very good either. They
So you got the West Trojans coming in at 4-1.
Their defense is really good. From what we watched last year to what they brought back.
Brought back 9 starters.
Yeah, so you're not going to fall off there. Sounds like about the normal last couple years West. Really good defense. Offense might be.
Offense, I think, is a question mark because, like you said, they haven't really played the strongest schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. So, no offense to Marlon. Them dudes are they're going through it right now. Talked to a couple of my friends from over there. They're kind of going through it. And Hillsboro? Yeah. No offense to Hillsboro. They hadn't been very good in football in a while.
Yeah. So, man, I got to say, I know we got a West listener. He's commented on a few of our things. Yeah. I hate playing West, man. It goes back to it would have been my sophomore year. I remember playing West my freshman year, and we beat them pretty good. We went to West my sophomore year. My head was rolling that year, and I believe West was undefeated at that time too. And it was still one of those games that you were like, man, my head's gonna. Man, West ain't playing nobody. My head's finna roll West.
I'll say this on camera. And I mean every word of it. And I've told this to a few people. And me and Wallace Highwind watched this game. And we were rolling them dudes. And it's like, you know what? It's like Wiggs said, you know what? Let's kind of see what we got. So he'd call some I don't know. Then it'd be like third down, we go score.
Yeah.
And it's like he wanted West to get back into the game so we could get a tough game because we hadn't really played a tough game up to that point.
I refuse to believe the theory though. Because you got to remember, man, there was like 3 onside kicks from West. We didn't
even have our hands team out there for 2 of them. And it just boggled my mind how early in the game we could score whenever we wanted, and then we would. And then all of a sudden we'd try some stuff we ain't really done.
Yeah.
And then bang, we'd go score.
Yeah, because it was like 20,
it was weird.
It was like 27-7 at one point. Like you're talking about, like we were rolling.
Yeah.
And it's kind of what you expected. Like like I said, West ain't played nobody.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, we're finna roll them.
Hey, Wig orchestrated a masterpiece that game.
I refuse to believe it.
And you know what? What's crazy? Is we had the touchdown in the game. DJ Williams in the corner of the end zone couldn't bring it in. Mm-hmm. I wasn't gonna say dropped it. That sounds mean.
No, he did drop it. I had the perfect view of it. It hit him like right in his knees.
Yeah, Trey Davis threw a ball about 45-50 yards on a rope. Mm-hmm. That's probably one of the greatest throws in football I've ever seen. Right to where only DJ could get it.
Yeah.
Falling kind of out of bounds with both feet in.
It was one of those ones when you seen Trey let it go and you saw who it was going to, you're like, ball game.
Yep.
And then you see the ball bounce out and you're like, man.
Yeah, I think he threw it so hard DJ wasn't expecting it.
Yeah, he ripped that one in there.
No,
it started.
West quarterback was like 5'5". Like, I mean, he's a little dude. Yeah. He's running around and
see, it wasn't a district game, was it?
No. It was the week before we were going to start district.
And listen, what's crazy about that? I don't think West won another game.
That's what I was just going to say. They ended up missing playoffs.
Yeah,
like I think we were 5-0 or 4-0. I think they were 4-0,
something like that.
When they won that game, that got people talking around the state of like, is West the real deal?
Yeah.
But then, like you said, I know they didn't make playoffs, but I don't think they won another game.
They might have won 1, maybe 2 in district.
they ended up kind of drifting off a little bit. But it was like you said, it was just a weird night.
It was a weird.
Over
I'm
there
telling
in
you,
West
man,
Texas.
weird. And next time I see him, I meant to ask him about it. When we went to the playoff game a while back when he was at Heritage, and I completely forgot they had free Chicken Express in that press box. So, but I want to ask him, like, man, back in '09 and over in West, and was you cooking up something, man? But no, it ended up, it didn't go our way. We had the chance to win it there at the end, but
it did. Then we didn't play each other for a while until it was the playoff game in 2022.
Yeah,
22.
They beat us. I think it was 21-0. But even that game, it was like West was supposed to roll us in that game. And don't get me wrong, 21-0. Yeah,
I mean, it was 7-0 at half.
We had a lot of potential that year.
Yeah, at halftime you were like,
team,
hey.
There goes that word again.
Yeah, you're like, hey, man, they're only up on us 7-0. Like, we got a chance.
Yeah.
But we just could not find a way to get the ball into the end zone. And it's just, it's that West defense that you think about when you hear West, Texas.
They are going to take away what you're good at.
They
force you to beat them in other ways. And
they are well coached.
And now they're in our district.
Yep.
You go to last year's game, and it was just one of those weird games too, where it's like we cannot find the end zone.
And I'm not in the headsets. I'm in the stands, comfortably sitting. But that's why I was so hell bent on let's go for 2 right here, because we hadn't done anything offensively. Honestly, I don't even think we scored. I think it gave us the touchdown.
The story on that one is,
but
we can say it now.
Yeah.
Here's what it is.
Matter of fact, I thought we were closer scoring on second down than we were on fourth down.
I think we got it in on second down.
Yeah.
I really think so. I think that, but we get we quarterback sneak it in, score it, and Braden's coming to the sideline. He was like, I never had the ball.
Yeah.
I just found it at the bottom pile. And
Hey, Ref said we scored, man. We scored.
Thank God for high school football officiating. I really was like, man, I think we should go for 2. We've scored. We got a little momentum. Like, are we going to be able to score in overtime? And I thought West had a good enough kicker that they didn't have to score a touchdown. Could we kick a game-winning field goal? So that's where I was at with it. It worked out how it did. We still won district, and that's fine. But I was like, their defense is just so good.
You say it, like you said, their defense is so good. Like you go for 2, man. With that defense, that's a long 3 yards.
I thought we had.
Not saying we couldn't.
Yeah, I thought because I thought we could have got them sleeping on a like that play we ran against Pilot Point. Mm-hmm. I thought we could have caught them sleeping right there or something like that. Because kids develop tendencies, and they don't, when you hadn't seen it and you're used to seeing something over and over and over, you don't notice that tight end slipping out the back a little bit. And I thought we could have hit them on that one, or there might have been a couple other things,
Man, I don't know.
But
as good as they play defense, I'm sure they notice that.
But at the same time, if we don't get it, it still ended. We still had a shot to win the football game.
Yeah. I want to say we ran something, or we were setting up a trick play. It was third quarter. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was something to do with the tight end, though. Like, I think we went tackle over or something, and they immediately saw it.
But you can't just do it. Like, you gotta kind of set that up, those kind of plays with a team like them, and run it at them a couple times, and then get that safety to bite down, or that corner to something like that. But I was just like, bro, we can't. We just scored 40 last week, and we got 6.
I'm telling you, man. I don't. Ever since that night back in 2009, I don't care how good my head's done. West scares the hell out of me playing them, and ever since that night, it's just like.
and next week we go to West for the first time since 2009.
Yes, like I might have a panic attack walking into that stadium. Like
it's a new stadium.
Yeah, let's not.
Oh, they got it redone.
No, they moved it.
They moved the whole thing, so they built their new high school after.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Explosion.
Yeah,
they built an all new high school. They have
I liked that old stadium sitting in there. That was cool.
Yeah,
it was cool.
I liked it.
I mean, they got a nice complex over there. Got a football field, baseball, softball fields, all turfed.
Yeah.
Well, good. Maybe that mojo kind of died when they moved everything to the new place.
Looking at their stats this year, them dudes, man. But
yeah.
So they got Maypearl.
Yeah, they got Maypearl. Maypearl's coming in 2-3. They lost to Fairfield. They beat Mart. They lost to Yo by 1 point.
Yeah.
In overtime, they beat Riesel, and then they lost to Troy by 1 point. So, I mean, a losing record, but other than Fairfield,
better than what we thought they'd be.
Yeah, other than Fairfield, they've been competitive in all these games.
Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing: what can we say? We ain't won a game.
Yeah.
So I mean,
ain't much.
You know, it's everybody saying, the stuff we're trying to say about everybody else. They're definitely saying it about us.
Yeah.
So I mean, that should motivate our kids a little more too.
Yeah.
Everybody's expecting an easy win.
That's why it goes back to how important this game is this week for us.
Yep. And any closing thoughts y'all have?
No, just get a win.
Yep.
We get a win. We need it.
That's the main thing.
I ain't trying to hear all that noise that's going to be said too.
You already made a post today. You called out damn near all of Limestone County.
South of the river. We ain't fooling with y'all this week.
South Limestone County.
Hey, Box Church, don't fool with me. Othello, don't fool with me.
I was trying to say you missed anyone, but I don't think you did.
I probably missed a couple. Somebody mentioned Springfield, and I was like, there's stores on our side of the river.
Yeah.
So you gotta go over there for nothing. Where does Fort Parker sit? I could have got Fort Parker too.
It sits on this side.
The Fort does?
Does it?
I don't know. I should have paid more attention.
To me, that always just kind of depends on who won the game. Who kind of owns that
so
territory.
So you win the river and you win the fort?
Battle of the Fort. Yeah. The river and the fort.
Yeah, that's how I always kind of felt about it.
Nah,
it's just.
Where does Fallon go to school? Did I forget Fallon?
I think you did.
Yeah, Fallon. I think
you did.
Kick rocks. So, all that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an exciting game. I always get really, really excited for this one. Like you said, whether we're doing bad, whether we're doing good, whether Groesbeck's looking really good or they're looking really bad, it doesn't matter. Just in my head and me, you talk about it's a perfect example of Groesbeck could be undefeated, state ranked number 1. We could be sitting how we're looking right now. I'm picking my head to win. Yeah. Like it's just one of them things. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah. You go back to I thought about this earlier at the 2011 game. I think that was in your senior year, right?
Oh yeah, that was my senior year.
Like,
them dudes were loaded. They're pretty good.
Hayes started 0-5.
Yep.
Yeah, they
somehow snuck Madisonville out of nowhere.
I was there. That Madisonville game, like we just. I don't know, because Madisonville might have been undefeated.
They were. They were ranked like number 7.
Yeah, and I'm watching the game and I'm like, we look like we're ranked number 7. These dudes aren't very good.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to go to the game. I got talked into going. I was like, man, I'm not going in there and watch that ass whipping.
Yeah, we ended up winning that one.
And got talked. Because you know what it made me remind me? And I don't remember if it's the same year. I want to say it was, actually. I got talked into going to Liberty Hill to watch the Liberty Hill game.
I remember that.
And we got rolled.
Yeah, that was the same game, the same year.
I thought so. So I was like, man, I'm not going to Madisonville. Like they're gonna blow us out. Like I was being a fake fan, and I was like, I'm not going. And went down there and we whooped their ass, boy. Like it was. I think they scored late,
18-11, but yeah.
But they scored late though. Like they
it was late.
How I remember that score, I have no idea.
Because it's an 18-11 score, like a college baseball score.
Yeah, even my junior year, Groesbeck was supposed to beat us that year too. That was Stephen Ruin was still there.
That was cold. That was a bad dude there.
They were favored to win that game. My head came out, beat him. It was like 64 to 18 or something.
My senior year, we were 2-7. They only lost 2 losses. They only had 2 losses, both of them in district. And
7-2.
Yeah, no, 7-2. 6-3, something like that. But like they were predicted 4 touchdown favorites over us. Man, dude, I remember. I'll never forget it. I can't remember his name, but if I seen him, that's him. He got on the news and was like, "Yeah, them boys better buckle up because it's gonna be a long night." And I remember going over there and we tore their ass up from the. I think we ended up beating them like 35-12, and the winner went to the playoffs. I remember, never forget.
Was that in Groesbeck?
It was in Groesbeck.
That was your senior year?
Yeah.
Did you happen to stand up on the bench?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I was like a 5th grader. I remember that.
So Monday we get to practice and Larry Adair comes and he says, "I ain't got nothing to say other than win, and it's 1 p.m. Saturday at Baylor, and that's where we'll be playing at in the playoffs." We was all like, hell yeah, like the Floyd Casey, playing in the college, and then they showed that interview on like a Wednesday, might have been a Thursday. Now, it had to have been Wednesday because we still had walkthroughs and stuff on Thursday because that's when we all got to talking about it. And normally, my senior year on Thursday, we'd play video games on Thursday. Like, we'd all get in the locker room, big NCAA tournament going and all that. We didn't do that. Like, we was in there like, "Man, y'all watch this? You see that?" We standing outside, talking noise on the sideline. And we had already gotten into an altercation at the volleyball game like a couple weeks before with them in the parking lot. And Buddy said, "They better buckle up. It's going to be a long night." And, boy, I seen him after the game. We shook hands. When I walked by and shook his hand, I said, "It was a long night, wasn't it, boy?" And it was. But, no, it like I said, it don't matter. This one, sometimes it does. Sometimes, like that, the year we didn't win a game, like, we kind of knew. Like, that's probably, and there was some years, like, we knew them dudes wasn't beating Trey Davis and them, those type teams. But,
yeah.
No, it's this year, it's definitely looking like it's going to be
it's anybody's game, man.
Yeah. And I hope not. I hope we blow them out. I hope normally I'm in for a good game. I hope we dominate from the start, and it ain't even close. But
it'd be nice.
It'd be nice. But I don't know, man.
Make me feel a little bit better about being a man nobody.
Mm-hmm. Because them dudes are going to talk. I bet. They've
already clipped it, ready to post it.
Yeah.
And I love getting on Facebook and seeing posts like, "I wonder what they're going to say on the podcast this time," or this and that. Yeah. And I'm like, well,
we made it.
I'm gonna say what happened, but I appreciate that y'all are looking for it.
Man, what confused me, there was somebody. It was after the Fairfield game. They're like, "I can't wait to see what they say on the podcast." Like, that confused the hell out of me. Yeah, because nobody said nothing but Fairfield's about to be a really good team this year.
That's all we said. Like, literally, I probably hyped Fairfield up more than I had in my head. Yeah. At that point.
Yeah. So that one kind of confused me. But the other stuff, I get it. I for sure get it.
I love it. That's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't mind. If we're wrong, we're wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. That's fine.
Yeah,
but don't take out of context or don't add in what you think is being said, and it's not that. It's not the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for you to, I'm gonna address this one more time. For you to say a kid that transferred is Mr. Irrelevant, or he's an irrelevant player.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that now
and that kid is up there at 6A making it look easy. I mean, Jesus, that was
kick return against Duncanville.
Two of them, I think. I mean, I think he's had like 5 on the year. Oh, that's not even including like the other touchdowns and stuff he's scoring. So, matter of fact, his dad just messaged me a while ago asking when he was doing the next podcast, but I'm doing it right now, so I couldn't answer. But nah, he that kid's been special since he was little. Like that's just. That is flat jealousy at its finest to say that about a kid that is that good. Like that's just pure.
I'm still shocked we held him in check last year. Like, that's still regardless of what going in that game, what it was, like all that stuff. Like, the one thing about that game I look back is like that kid is really, really good.
Yeah,
and for the most part, we didn't let him do anything.
Yeah, he only had 80 yards total offense that game.
Yeah,
he didn't break 100. So I mean, that just goes to show, the switch we flipped last year. But that kid is special. Like, he's going to be playing on Saturdays at a Power 5, and you said that he is irrelevant. I would bet good money that if he was in Groesbeck, they are 4-1 right now. They wouldn't have beat Lexington.
been close.
I would bet
Well,
good.
you never know. He might have had a really special night that night.
Oh, yeah, and we're that. But I would bet good money them dudes are 4-1 at least if he was in Groesbeck right now.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know. That's irrelevant. Hopefully they start 0-1 in district Friday night. So.
All that matters.
Yep. It all means everything in the world now.
Mm-hmm.
The real ball games are here.
Got here quick.
And it's finna go quick, too.
Yeah, it is.
Hell, by the time we walk out the door, it's going to be week 10.
Yep.
Oh, man.
But, yeah, district is here. We start off with the dudes across the river. In the bow of the river, it's the 80.
Are you trying to get off his,
I am
look off
trying
his
to.
shirt?
What
This
is
is
that one?
24. So
This was last year's game, and it says
80 seconds. This is the 83rd.
83rd.
83rd meeting. So, guys, it's at home. Huge game. Wear your Battle River shirts or wear black. That's, man. Do
And
it.
get loud, too,
Get
so I can
loud.
get some cool clips of the crowd. I like to do
We
that,
don't
too.
want to see no red up there in the stand.
no red this week. If you got a red shirt, hang it up in the closet.
Yeah,
wear black.
Wear your black Battle River shirt or wear another just black Mahia shirt. I mean, that's all you can wear if you come to the game. But make sure you're there. Get there early. I think Athletics will post the ticket link that goes live on tomorrow, I think, on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So be on the lookout for that. Man, huge game. As always, I'm Landry,
DeLeo.
And Wes.
and this has been the Water Tower Podcast.
Out of here.